San Diego, on the coast of California. A city with over 1.4 million people, almost always blue skies, beaches full of smiling faces, and that constant feeling that nothing truly dark ever happens here, especially in places like Ocean Beach, where the vibe is laid back, sun-soaked, and eternally all good. In the summer, the heat is dry, the sun is strong, and rain is almost non-existent. The afternoons feel like copies of one another, bright, hot, with a warm Pacific breeze blowing in from OB Pier, moving the palm trees but not really cooling anything down. It's the kind of place where you expect to see surfers coming back from Dog Beach, people eating tacos on Newport Avenue, families strolling with ice cream. Not a story like this. It was on one of those afternoons, just a few blocks away from the more colorful, lively parts of Ocean Beach, that Camila, 26, a property appraiser, walked into a regular apartment building for the last time. Nothing fancy, nothing glamorous. A sun-faded beige facade, old windows, and a tired sign at the entrance showing the building's name. She had one simple task: go in, appraise an apartment for sale, take a few photos, fill out a form, and leave. A quick visit, routine, work. She walked in alone. And officially, she was never seen walking out. The story you're about to hear is about a routine apartment appraisal that turned into a disappearance. About a credit card that kept being used long after everyone was already talking about her in the past tense. And about a water tank, way up on the roof, above everyone's line of sight, that no one cared about until they discovered what was inside. Maybe you live in an apartment building. Maybe you trust the front desk, the cameras, the doors, the passwords. But while you listen to this story, try to keep one question in mind. Do you actually know what's sitting on top of the building where you live? Camila worked for a real estate appraisal company. She was the person the bank sends when someone applies for a mortgage. She measures, photographs, analyzes, and puts a number on paper. Organized, methodical, used to walking into buildings she'd never seen before. On that day, the address was a small 4-story building with about 30 apartments on a quiet residential street in Ocean Beach not far from the pier, but far enough that the tourists never walked there. Just locals, middle-class folks, workers, families. Out front, a few parked cars, a simple metal gate, an intercom, and a crooked camera pointing toward the sidewalk. The building had one special feature: a rainwater catchment system installed years earlier during a bad drought. The water that ran off the roof was directed into a catchment tank up top. That water wasn't used in the apartments. Only for washing common areas, the garage, the patio, and watering the small garden near the entrance where, on certain days, you could still hear faint echoes of the ocean carried by the wind. Eco-friendly, cost-saving, the manager would say. On paper, it looked like a good idea. At 2:07 p.m., Camila sent her last message to her friend Raquel. Just getting to the building in OB. This one's pretty run down, lol. Should be quick. She parked her silver sedan in front of the building. The sun hit the hood directly, reflecting an almost white glare. The air felt still, hot, dry. Even Ocean Beach, normally breezy, was silent. Almost no clouds in the sky. At the entrance, on shift that afternoon, was Marcus, the building's doorman. Middle-aged, slight belly, polo shirt with the management logo, a nearly empty water bottle on the desk. Apartment 302 appraisal, right? He asked, noticing the clipboard in her hand. That's right, Camila replied, wearing that professional smile of someone used to being welcomed in unfamiliar places. She signed the visitor log, name, ID, time. Marcus pressed the button to unlock the gate. The door shook a little, like it always did. Camila walked through the simple lobby, past an old sofa, half-wilted plants in the corners, and a few crooked picture frames on the wall, one showing an outdated photo of Ocean Beach Pier on a foggy morning. She reached the elevator. The metal door opened with a squeal way too loud for the hour. She stepped in, pressed the button for the 3rd floor. The door closed. For Marcus, it was just one more person going up. For the rest of the story, it was the last time anyone saw Camila alive. Camila had a habit. Every time she finished an appraisal, she sent a message saying, "Done. I'm out." It became routine after so much running around, and it also helped calm her mom and friends. A simple message, 2 seconds, tradition. That day, that message never came. An hour passed. 2, 3. The sun slowly dipped, painting the ocean beach sky a beautiful orange, glowing over the rooftops and the pier. But the heat remained. The asphalt still felt warm. The wind, when it blew, only kicked up dust. Raquel texted, "So? Is the apartment that bad? LOL." The message delivered, but never answered. That night, Camila's phone was still silent. Her mom called Raquel. "Have you talked to Cami today?" "Yeah. She went to appraise an apartment, then she just vanished." The next day, when the family decided to file a missing persons report, one detail chilled everyone. Camila's car was still parked in front of the building, exactly where she had left it. The car was there, but she wasn't. Police started with the basics. Talk to Marcus, check the cameras, look at the logs. "She came in." "Yeah." Marcus pointed at the visitor book. "Went up to 302. I didn't see her leave." "But sometimes I'm in the bathroom, or at the gate, or on the phone. It's easy for someone to walk out without me noticing." The lobby cameras showed exactly what he said. Camila walking in, signing the book, exchanging a quick word with Marcus, heading to the elevator, stepping inside, pressing the button. After that, nothing. Exterior cameras showed the street. Residents, delivery drivers, a kid almost dropping his bike, barking dogs, someone walking back from Newport Avenue with grocery bags. But no clear shot that could confirm Camila walking out. There was a woman in a dark cap later on, head down, walking fast, wearing different clothes. The height seemed similar, but the footage was grainy and useless. Going through the internal maintenance logs, police found something crucial. On the day she disappeared, the key to the roof access and technical area where the catchment tank was had been checked out. The name next to it, Ethan Morales, 32, the building's maintenance worker. He did everything. Changed light bulbs, fixed leaks, adjusted the gate, went up to check the tank. One of those invisible people we rely on, but rarely notice. In the first interview, Ethan confirmed, "There was a work order to check the catchment filter. I went up, cleaned the screen. The water looked weird, and it smelled bad. I told the cleaning staff. No one cared." Camila's disappearance spread on local news sites, in Ocean Beach community groups, and on social media. A photo of a smiling young woman, text below. "Seen this woman. Family searching for missing real estate appraiser in San Diego." San Diego reacted as it always does. Some shared, some felt sad. Most kept walking toward the pier. Just another missing person. But 10 days later, Camila's sister got a call from the bank. "We're calling to confirm some unusual charges. Online purchases, electronics, clothes, home goods, all made in the past 48 hours. That's impossible. She's missing. Her card should be blocked." Police accessed the transactions. Deliveries were sent to pickup lockers across the city. One of them, just a few blocks from where Camila disappeared. Security footage from that locker showed someone familiar. Ethan. Cap on. Simple uniform, ID badge. In interrogation, the detective asked, "You used her card. You had the roof key. She disappeared in the building where you work. Want to explain?" Ethan looked down. "I found the card. Near her car. I took it. I used it. I know it's a crime, but I didn't do anything to her." He insisted he had gone to the roof because of a work order. He insisted the water already smelled bad. He insisted he never saw Camila. Still, to the police, he looked guilty. Meanwhile, residents complained, "The hose water stinks. The garage smelled awful. Even the plants are dying." All of that water came from the catchment tank. Maintenance was called again. This time, when the tank lid opened, the smell that escaped was thick, suffocating, rotten. Inside the dark water, in a fetal position, bound, was Camila. For weeks, the garden outside had been watered with contaminated water. For weeks, the garage had been washed with it. For weeks, life in that building continued normally, while a body decomposed above them. Ethan was arrested again, this time in handcuffs, reporters shouting questions, cameras flashing. In interrogation. "You put her in there," the detective said. "It's over." Ethan stared at the photos, voice trembling. "I didn't do this. I stole the card. I admit that. But I didn't kill her." The detective showed him the work order he claimed to have received. A crumpled sheet, building logo, signature. But when police checked, that work order never existed. And the employee whose name appeared on it said, "I never wrote that. That's not my handwriting." Still, the story was perfect. He had the key. He used her card. Her body was found where he had been. He was charged with murder. San Diego and Ocean Beach breathed a sigh of relief. People prefer when evil has a clear face. But then came the detail no one could ignore. Camila's credit card kept being used after Ethan was in jail. Small charges at first. Food delivery, apps, subscriptions. The bank blamed delays, but 2 charges were brand new. A food delivery order sent to a pickup location near the Ocean Beach building when Ethan was already behind bars, and a subscription to a property surveillance service used to access building security cameras remotely. The IP address used? Not Ethan's, not Camila's, not the building's, someone else. Today, the Ocean Beach building still stands. Fresh paint, new tank, same tired metal gate. Residents come and go. Tourists pass by, unaware. Some longtime residents say that on very hot days, a strange smell still rises from the drains. A memory no one speaks about. Others say the elevator still stops on the 3rd floor by itself. Door opens. Empty hallway. Cold light. Silence. Camila's family does not accept the case as closed. Her mother says she still dreams of her daughter calling for help. Her sister visits the building sometimes, standing across the street, staring up at the roof. Ethan is still in prison, still insisting he didn't kill her, still repeating the same version, word for word. Officially, he's the murderer. Unofficially, many believe there's something very wrong with the case. Now think about where you live. Do you know who has access to your building's roof? Who holds the keys to technical areas you've never seen? Do you know where the water that washes your hallways comes from? And if someone used your credit card after you disappeared, who do you think the police would blame first? If this story made you look at your building differently, leave a comment saying, "I'd check my building's water tank." Subscribe to the channel for more dark stories that happen in real places, like Ocean Beach. And that could happen anywhere. And if you're brave enough, watch the next story at night, with the lights off. Some things only appear when the rest of the world is convinced everything is peaceful.